What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Moretz.
What up, though?
Hit the like button.
What up, what up, what up?
Shout out to everybody who's rocking with us on a Friday. We know you guys got things to do as the evening approaches. I think we might be going out for Luke's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Luke turned 21. You coming?
I got to record Chomping Pucks.
That's today?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I mean, we'll probably still be.
Yeah.
We'll probably be drunk at that point.
All right.
So be walking into the party.
I'll pull up.
Let's do it. Chris, you coming?
Recording too, but I'll be good.
Yeah. Chris felt offended last night.
What I feel offended about?
For what?
Oh yeah.
You all right?
I'm hanging in there.
What are you getting offended by?
So I was here. I was gonna record Booner, and Chris was like, "Yo, you wanna grab a couple drinks?" And I was like, "Sure." But he was already like all the way at home, and I was already here with Booner. And I was like, "Probably just gonna go grab something with Booner."
Why didn't you just tell him to come?
It was all the way out here. I don't think Chris would you have made the drive?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Absolutely not. I was stressing about going 10 minutes to the spot that we planned on.
Why?
And Chef was like, "Yeah, I'll just grab a pack and go to your house."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm kind of hungry, bro. That's why I'm going out. I'm a heavyweight."
It's about that money for me, you know. Just trying to stack some dollars.
But
Sure.
I have a question for you, because you're a food connoisseur, even though we have vastly differing takes on pizza toppings. But
Yeah, mushrooms are the best.
Booner, we're obviously out at the bar.
Yeah.
This is like the best bar food, by the way. Like, I actually can't wait for you to come tonight, and I'm making you eat something. Pause. But
Don't tell him about a personal life.
Glad you had a good time, Eazy.
Dinner first. Damn.
Yeah,
all right, but listen. This dude Booner, we're at the bar. Again, best like bar food around. It's Mount Chalet. No free shout-outs. Went to order chicken tenders. That's against like grown man code, no? Like chicken tenders? Like that's...
I had a bar. Nah. I mean, if they got good wings, you order the wings, but...
This place has good everything. Remember I got Shorty a little birthday present and
Yeah,
those wings?
yeah.
That's where I went.
Okay.
That's how nice the wings are.
Tenders aren't too bad.
Per World of Isaac. Like, these are Isaac approved wings
I
as
was
well.
like, did you just speak in tongues?
Per
World of Isaac. You just cast a spell on me, bro. What the fuck?
Spit just beer.
Yeah.
Throw it back.
Hey, that would be dope. That's why I've been playing a lot.
Dick rolls out his forehead.
That's why I've been playing a lot of Harry Potter.
Smacking him in the nose and shit. JB, are you allowed to come out tonight?
No, I gotta work early in the morning tomorrow, so yeah. I know.
With your Teen Titans hat.
Teen Titans.
That's not Team Titans, is it?
No.
No.
What is it?
It's titties. Or
Yeah,
Titties? Really?
yeah.
yeah, that's what it stands for. It's an acronym. TITS. So two in the shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. You should call in sick tomorrow.
I wish I could.
Come on, dude. It's our month.
Hey,
We
Southpaw
do what we
Slams.
want.
That's true.
We do what we want.
Our boy Matt Broder said Mount Chalet has fire tenders though, but the wings are 50 times better.
Disappointed in you, Matt. I had
You missed us ripping some wax back there.
Man, first time I heard that term. Secondly, actually, I work at a dispensary now. Not the first time I heard that
No,
term.
yeah, I was about to say not D-Mac ripping wax, but
Yeah. Ryan
yeah,
pulled an autograph
yep,
Anthony Richardson card.
yeah,
And that was the one they didn't film. Mm-hmm. And he's, by the way, an Anthony Richardson fan.
yeah.
How that's crazy.
He's gonna sell it.
He's also like one of the hardest working dudes here at Woodward Sports. Like he deserved that card.
Yeah, he did deserve that.
But how
Card.
crazy of all signed cards are just that's nuts.
He also pulled a game worn jersey Bam Adebayo card.
Are you for real?
Yeah,
Ryan did.
yeah,
And this is all before they started recording as well.
yeah,
That's fucking hilarious.
yeah.
What are the odds?
I don't know. He's got the cheese touch. He's got the magic touch. I pulled some shit. I didn't pull anything good.
Anyone
I pulled like a
people know?
Bones Highland
I might
rookie, like autograph card.
Where's he at now? Oh, no, you didn't get it.
Clippers.
Yeah.
Clippers, yeah. It was with Denver though.
Nothing happened there.
Yeah, I didn't pull anything too good.
Damn.
I pulled there's a Caleb Williams and Addison, like in the same pack.
Oh, well, that's good.
I mean, they weren't like super special. The Addison one was. It was like super thick and it was
Hell yeah.
holographic.
I
The
love
Caleb
some
Williams
thick
one
and
was just like a
holographic.
regular card though.
Sounds like that's like a VR girlfriend, super thick and holographic.
Hell yeah.
My buddy moved
About to get the
when he
VR
moved to
start banging
Wisconsin. When he moved to Wisconsin, wait, what was that?
Yeah. No. What the fuck did you just say?
I didn't say nothing.
No.
Bro, I didn't say nothing, I swear.
We're grabbing the
Yo, if you're
multicoders.
listening live, run that back. What did this man just say? I need confirmation.
What the hell did you just say?
Did he just say what I think he just said?
I didn't say nothing, bro. So I'm gonna, I don't know.
Octopus?
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit a Wings game, bring an octopus.
I don't. We need automatic replay for that one. We gotta get that in the Woodward Sports budget. Hit the like button. What were you about to say, Chris?
I was just about to say that my friend moved to Wisconsin recently, and he is so bored there that he started collecting cars, and he's gone like all in, like already spent like thousands of dollars in months.
Has he made any money back?
He's sending out some cars to get graded and all that. And
What kind of car?
going
Like
through-
sports cars? Or
Yeah,
Pokemon
sports cars. So he's got some good Cade Cunningham ones, a few Jalen Green ones. I forget how to say Sangoon's first name on Houston. Alfred, yeah, and yeah, he's got some.
Brian
pretty
pulled the
decent
Alfred
cards.
Sengun too, I think.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This kid.
Yeah, he had some fire pulls.
That is crazy.
Yeah. He was ripping wax and getting stacks.
Hell yeah.
Is that how you do? Is it ripping wax because you're taking out of the thing?
Yeah, the wax on the card pack.
Oh. Shots were fired first on the other side, Chris, but we have a screenshot. I don't know if you were able to make that into a graphic or not of a certain mock draft.
Yeah, I'm actually making it right now.
Do
But
so.
I'm going to get this. This
So
is
I got fire some shots off at this one, especially after yesterday's debacle. And you switched sides on me too.
Huh?
You pulled a Trader G,
switched up on the
and
gang.
I was like, "Don't read that," and then you
Oh,
read
meh.
it. Wah.
Yeah, cry about it, bitch. This is my show too. I can read what I want.
Is that the noise you make when you
Here
come in
it
and
is.
out?
Facts.
Wah.
That's the
Here it
noise
is.
it makes.
Shots fired from the other side first. Joey 2 times in Woodward Sports chat says Eazy works at a dispensary. That explains his takes. The guy who bitched about the draft that I had yesterday, I don't even remember what grade he said. Maybe it was like a D or something like that, even though I had all positions of need. Number pick for the Detroit Lions, number 1 pick, Devon Witherspoon, A.
Cool with that.
A guard?
Yeah, I don't
You're
know
taking a guard at 18?
I don't know about guard in the first round.
What the fuck? Come on, Joey. Ain't no way in hell. You was talking, and then you took a safety after that? Did we not just re-sign Tracy Walker?
He's supposed to be ready for OTAs.
Did Kirby Joseph not just have a stellar season?
I think it was a little harsh on the Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Jake Moody grades, though. Give them both Fs, which
Yeah, I agree.
I don't agree with the Fs.
I'm
on
not in
those.
love with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, but Jake Moody that's an A.
It should not be an F, yeah.
That's a B at the worst. Jack Campbell, I don't hate that one.
Don't hate Jack Campbell.
That's a B plus.
Yeah. He's like a top 3 linebacker.
Waits to the 3rd round. Takes Gervin Dexter Sr.
Out of Florida?
Yeah.
He's good. He was in my top 5 of defensive linemen when we did that.
But a guard at 18.
Guard at 18 is a little much. Yeah, I don't really like that. And I don't like the safety either. I don't know why everybody has this drafting safeties. I understand getting one for depth late, but
Literally makes no sense. You have an opportunity where you may possibly see. What's his name? He was literally one of my favorite players to watch this year. Deshaun Elliott. We see Deshaun Elliott come back. I can't guarantee it. He's a free agent, obviously, but his opportunity does come back. On top of that, you had Kirby display what he displayed to you this year. He's Aaron Rodgers' papa.
he is.
All right. You have Tracy Walker, who's already ahead of schedule, already walking around.
Said he's going to be ready for OTAs.
Yeah. So why in the fuck would the Detroit Lions draft a safety as early as the 2nd round, the first pick in the 2nd round?
I get taken a safety, like I said, for depth, but I don't know about the 2nd round. It's a little rich for my blood.
And then, oh my God, Osiris Torrance with your 1st round pick, a guard. That is the one. First of all, top 5 offensive line in the NFL,
Yes.
without doubt. The guard spot, more specifically, Taylor Decker was healthy all year, right?
Yes.
Frank Ragnar, I think he missed a game or
He
two.
was basically healthy all year.
Evan Brown, I think he was in and out.
Yes.
Who?
Jonah Jackson.
Jonah Jackson. He missed one, but was there.
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell. So the only position that
Right guard is the position we need.
okay. of need though in a top 5 line that still produced with that position constantly rotating?
Yes.
So would you burn a first round pick?
Probably not.
Come on, bro. John Jackson, he's a Pro Bowl guard on your roster, right?
He
was 3rd round pick, right?
I believe so, yes.
Maybe leaving later than that. It's almost like you can get these guards later than, like left tackle. I can get going early, but even then, you want like a top 5 left tackle. That's a guy, but like a guard, bro. That is not a position of need. You saw the Detroit Lions offense be a top 5 offense this year with that position constantly rotating. What the and you had the balls talk all that shit yesterday. You still my guy, but what? God damn. Speaking of mock draft, Spinny, you got a mock draft coming up later today.
I do.
Same rules as yesterday, though, if you're cool with it. I want to hit 69 likes. Can we hit 69 likes?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right. I want to do 69 likes.
I didn't trade.
Thank you.
Even though I wanted to.
I know. It's so easy to trade. Like, obviously, there's going to be like a garbage ass trade offered your way.
I'm going to trade back 3 picks and get 5 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Trade has a 0.7% chance of working. Accepted.
Cool. Okay, I respect that. Respect.
I did not trade back.
Michael Brockers was cut. I think that's something we all seen happening as Detroit Lions fans. That's something he literally didn't play the second half of the season at all.
Yeah, Michael Brockers. See you later, bro.
Quick reactions to that one. Aaron Glenn got an extension.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. A lot of people wanted to fire that guy.
A lot of people did.
A lot of people. And there's there's 2 guys in this network that said, can we be real about what he's working with right now?
Yeah.
Then he moved on and got head coaching interviews. It's almost like we know what the fuck we're talking about.
He's a good
sometimes.
coach, yes.
Weird.
I don't know.
Weird how that works.
We're just the fat losers, though.
Yeah. Someone did leave the Detroit Lions defensive staff, though, Todd Walsh. That was last week.
Yep.
And we didn't really talk about it, but I think it might be worth talking about just because maybe we can excite ourselves about who's coming up next.
Yes.
Because I know I was a big fan of the Denver Broncos defensive coordinator last year, who's still kind of out there floating around. I know he interviewed already with Sean Payton, but he also interviewed Lovie Smith. I mean, there's some names out there. I want to dive into them a little bit. And a little bit of the reason why he left, because you had the Deuce Staley situation happen, and then everyone pointed that to as like a family member thing, if I'm not mistaken. His mother was sick. I never personally read that, but I also never pursued that information. Did you find that on the internet at all? Or?
No. His mother, he wants to be closer to his mom.
Yeah. JB, did you read that at all? Is that verified or not for Deuce Staley?
I didn't read it, but Maz reported on it earlier today on Ermanni, Edwards, and Maz. So, I mean, I can look into it a little bit further, but, I mean, it makes sense for him to do that. That's a smart move.
He on the other side now. We don't give a fuck. No, but who went along with them to that same coaching staff was our defensive line coach, Todd Walsh, and it was a lateral movement, the same that Deuce Staley made.
Yeah.
Now, as far as I know, he don't have a mother that's sick in North Carolina. So, like, what's behind that, you know? A couple of things, I guess. But I'm excited, and obviously we got to talk about the Red Wings. All right, I don't even know what the hell is going on. This shit's almost like just too good to be true. 7-1 in their last 8. Are the Rangers good this year?
Yes, the Rangers are very good.
I know they're in the playoffs last year. Top 6 team. 4-1.
Yeah.
Jake Wallman got.
I mean, Shesterkin didn't play, but.
Can you say that last name one more time?
Shesterkin.
I just feel like you made it up. That's a wild last name.
Shesterkin. He's one of the best goaltenders in the league. He's the Rangers.
Sounds like me trying to read.
He's the Rangers starting goalie. He didn't play.
Hey, well, guess what?
But I mean, Hellbuck's pretty good too. So.
Yeah, but who so? So held them boys the uno.
Yeah.
I'm more shots.
I mean, the defense was all over the Rangers.
Yeah.
They played a great game.
Yeah, defense would be sick once Simon Evanson comes up, huh?
Yeah.
Be weird if you traded him. That'd be pretty fucking
losers
stupid.
Trying to trade him. Yeah. Fucking stupid, smelly idiots.
Jake Wallman got his ass beat. Did you win or lose? What do you?
No, he didn't get his ass beat. No.
You see those elbows at the end?
There weren't any. No punches got thrown. He should have. I don't know. Lafreniere's a pretty big guy, but I feel like Wallman could have taken him. He just hugged him though.
Yeah.
He should have jumped the gloves. Let him have it. My boy, Rasmussen was throwing the body around though. He knocked the dude out.
Who was the guy that? As soon as our guy Gentry started talking a little bit of trash, what was this guy doing?
I don't know.
Who was the guy that started balling then afterward and played for the Red Wings?
Oh, Philip Hronik.
Oh, how's he doing?
He's good. He had a goal. He's good. He's a top 4 defenseman. So it's good to see him getting after it. Obviously Mo Seider and Jake Wallman are the top pairing. They're one of the best defensive pairings. Actually, per 60 minutes, they have the least amount of goals allowed. So it's awesome that Seider and Wallman are playing that well.
That's dope.
Yeah, no. Ronick's probably the second best offensive defenseman. He's normally on that second power play unit. So.
Wallman, I think my second favorite Red Wing right now. But
Hot Block, yeah.
Tell us about Big Boy.
Hot Block. I will tell you about Big Boy because at Big Boy, Seafood Fest is back. Seafood Fest is back at Big Boy. Catch it while you can. Some favorites during Lent, like the shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and new fish sandwich. Get in your local Big Boy today. Don't forget the all-you-can-eat fish buffet on Fridays nights. Make sure you check out Big Boy and satisfy those taste buds.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5.
$5.
$5. $5. It's like you knew. Yes, $5.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. Don't forget to pick up the yes, that's it. Don't forget to pick up the Australian Gold Designer Skin, Calton, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, $5. The hottest deals, $5. The darkest tans, $5. Go to ChiliPeppersTanning.com right now.
Oh man, for just one like a day, you guys could help support Chris's reading inabilities.
You could be in that class with me.
$5.
Nah.
I'm a couple grades ahead of you on that one. I love you though.
I had a 12th grade reading level when I was in 4th grade.
Until 9th grade football.
Yeah. Well, I knocked it down a couple levels.
I think I had.
And then I had a 4th grade reading level.
I'm not even bullshitting you. I think I had a 6th grade reading level in like 2nd or 3rd grade, and then in 7th grade I had like a 7th grade reading level. Like it just like
you got
started
lazy.
out really high.
You got lazy. You got complacent and stopped reading. I remember though, I read Moby Dick in like 3rd grade, and my teacher was like, "Oh my god, nothing but a whale, bitch."
Ain't nothing but a whale, bitch.
Nothing but a whale, bitch. It's not crazy.
That video, that guy being the fastest reader, is also hilarious. If you haven't seen it.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
Hello.
Yo, Chris and the TV, JB Smooth, the 1s to 2s. We're rocking along on a Friday. We'll be out at Mount Chile later tonight if you want to come party. Happy belated birthday to Lucas. But Michael Brocker's officially cut from the Detroit Lions, saving them $10 million in cap space.
10 milli.
I've been seeing, the first thing that happened is I'm out with Booner last night, saving him from embarrassing himself at the bar with the chicken tenders. And,
did he not get chicken tenders?
No, I bullied him into, well, this is not
You're just a bully.
Great upgrade. Yes, I am a little bit of a bully. He upgraded to a sandwich, and that was also...
What kind of sandwich?
I don't know, but in hindsight, that is also another lame thing that we're...
No, what? Sandwich is good.
Sandwich is fine. You just make that shit at home.
And
he said it was fire, though. He did say it was fire. That place is great. I can't wait for you guys to try it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a food review tonight. Who knows? But Booner's first reaction was, "Oh, you know what that means? They're going free agent shopping." And I was like, I don't know.
Not exactly.
Yeah, we got some in-house talent to re-sign first. I mean, DJ Chark, Jamal Williams, like that's some things that definitely still need to be addressed.
Kaminsky.
Yes.
And by the way, here just clarifies that's $10 million in cap space that they're saving.
10 milli.
$5.
$5.
10 million.
10 million.
What do you expect to happen? I mean, we knew this was happening.
Yeah.
So we've kind of had these conversations about free agency and retaining certain guys with this in mind. But does it solidify anything to you?
I don't know if it solidifies anything because, like you said, we expected this to happen. I expect the dominoes to keep falling. After Michael Brockers, you expect Vaitai to go. Maybe even Okwara. Maybe a Will Harris. There are other cuts. Well, Will Harris is a free agent. But there are other cuts that can be made on this roster. A Charles Harris or an Okwara. You can choose between one of those. I think Vaitai is definitely, hanging on by a thread. But it is just a good way to free up some cap space. Obviously, if you're got a guy that was a healthy scratch for the majority of the second half of the season and would save you $10 million in cap space, then you're going to pull the trigger. And shout out to Brockers for being the guy he is. He was obviously very instrumental in helping the young guys learn, helping the young guys along as being the veteran of that defense, along with Alex Anzalone. So, I'm happy, but we knew it was going to happen, so it's nothing too crazy. Maybe it frees up a little money to throw at a guy, so now you can be sure you're going to re-sign a DJ Chark as well as Jamal Williams and not Michael Brockers, and John Kaminsky and then Isaiah Buggs, guys that were somewhat instrumental for your success there in the second half of the season. You can make sure to get those guys inked. But like I said, I think this is just the first domino to fall. I think there's going to be more along the lines. Vaitai is the next obvious one. Big V is going to go. It's going to happen. And then you're looking at Romeo Okwara and Charles Harris. Which one of those guys would you like to keep? Are you going to keep them both? Do you cut them both? What's going on there? But for me, this is just the first domino to fall in a series of cuts that will open up more cap space for the Lions.
Yeah, the one that I'm in total agreement on is Big V. I'm not going to pronounce the name because I cannot do that as well as you. Can you do that one more time for us?
What?
Big V. His whole name.
Halapulua Vaitai.
3 more times fast.
Halapulua Vaitai, Halapulua Vaitai, Halapulua Vaitai.
That's very impressive. It'd be hilarious if Chris tried.
Halapulua Vaitai, Halapulua Vaitai, Halapulua Vaitai.
Damn, I could do it now. If he could do it. Halapulua Vaitai?
No, I'm not good at reading, but when I hear something,
it's actually Halapulua
Vaitai. Oh. Say it one more time.
Halapulua Vaitai.
What do you mean Vaitai? There's an extra V in there?
No, his first name is Halapulua Vaitai.
Oh, so you were just saying it wrong the whole time?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you were just saying his first name. Either way, moving on. That's the one cut that I agree that's happening, and that comes with a savings of $6 million in cap space.
Yeah, you do it.
$6.5 million in cap space, totaling $16 million.
Always telling
There's
people
DJ Chark contract.
Do it yourself.
22. I'm looking at over the cap right now. I'm not sure if it's upgraded as of now with the Brockers cut, but I'm looking at $22 million in cap space for the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hypothetically play a game here. Well, actually, first let's do
play
this.
a game.
Let's play a game. Say Halapulua Vaitai 3 times really fast. Romeo Okwara.
Yes.
Where are you at? You want to cut? You're done?
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be upset either way. Yeah. I'm not going to say I want him cut him right now because he is a good player, and if he's healthy, he can do some things for you. But you're going to save $7 million on the cap if you do cut him?
Yes.
So,
being that I've seen both Tyree Wilson, Miles Murphy. Now, Miles Murphy, there's a little bit of versatility with him, as we spoke with his coach Des from Detroit, coached Miles Murphy and Detroit Lions' second sack leader, James Houston, in his rookie year. That's insane. But Miles Murphy comes with a little versatility, so I can see him being mocked to the Lions for a certain reason because we need interior defensive linemen. But the Tyree Wilson one, I was never the biggest fan of that one.
Yeah.
I've never even actually, to be honest with you guys, I've never took the time to watch actual film on it. Yeah. I watched highlights, didn't watch film. But
he's a big dude.
He's not, at least for me, I don't project him to be anything more than a starter. You know what I'm saying? Like what Romeo is right now.
Yeah.
So I'd almost rather just keep Romeo. Because I know Romeo can do great things when he's healthy.
Man, far out the Romeo.
Because even though there's a second game back or first game, I think second game back.
Yeah, he was.
2 sacks.
Yeah.
There's still something there. And that was him just coming back healthy, getting adjusted and everything like that. So I'm
Nine
cool
Drink
keeping
says
Romeo.
$7 million won't get you better, but what if that $7 million results in the signing of a guy like Deshaun Elliott or someone like that you want to bring back to this team? Somebody you want to bring back to this roster?
I don't think Deshaun Elliott's commanding $7 million.
But I'm saying, I know.
Yeah,
you're not.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know what that $7 million's getting us right now. I really don't, unless you're attributing it to another 7 and you're going out and getting Bobby Wagner.
That'd be cool.
You'd obviously would cut him in that scenario, right?
Yeah, if it's Romeo Okwara or Bobby Wagner, yes.
Oh man, this is where it gets interesting. JB, what are your thoughts?
Oh, what? Cutting Vitae or
Romeo Quara?
Romeo Quara? I can do without him. I'll be all right without him.
I think I'm keeping him.
Keeping him?
I mean, really can be productive. Unless you're getting Ramsey or whatever, and that's like a necessary thing you need to do for it to get done, sure. But he could play 4 games last year?
Romeo Quara?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not on the pounding the table for one or the other. If you keep him, I see why you keep him, because when he's healthy, he's proven he can be a 10-sack-a-year guy. He's proven he can be a guy that gets in the backfield and causes some havoc. But if you do cut him, that is a J.G. Wentworth lump sum that you can add to your cap space, and it will help you down the line when you're looking for other free agents or guys they're trying to bring back. So I'm not mad at either option they choose.
Yeah, and that saves you from having to draft that defensive end too in this year's draft class. But do you keep
both him and Charles Harris? I don't think you do that.
That is an interesting conversation, and I think you're correct.
Charles Harris, I think, gives you $4 million if you cut him.
Because even though, I guess the defense, it's $4 million if you cut Charles Harris. Even though the defense did progressively get better, and that's why we're talking about Aaron Glenn next up, defending Glenn. You heard it here first. Yeah, $4 million for Charles Harris. Maybe you do cut Aquara. Because you got 7 out of Charles the year before. He looked bad when the defense was bad.
Yes.
But who knows what he would have looked like while the defense was good.
Or do you cut them both? Get a smooth 11.
Because I feel like...
There's your chart deal right there. Snap.
Starting defensive line right now for the Detroit Lions. That Todd Walsh isn't coaching because he's gone. Traitor.
Rip.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes.
Ali McNeil.
Yes.
Question mark? Or James Houston's going to start next year, you think?
Probably not.
Because he's more of a pass rusher.
Yeah.
John Comiskey.
Probably Pascal.
Or Pascal. Pascal could play the middle
Julian
as well.
Okwara, if he's healthy. Julian Okwara looked pretty damn good.
Okwara. Because I guess I'm just trying to
Bugs or Kaminsky on the inside.
I'm trying to map out, I guess, your 4 starters in a scenario where you cut them. Are we then forced to draft a defensive end?
You look at the ends. If you're cutting those 2 ends, just ends, you still have Houston, Julian Okwara, Aiden Hutchinson,
Kaminsky more likely.
And then you assume you're going to get one in the draft.
You know what? Because Okwara is a starter. Keeping him, cutting Harris, and I could use that $4 million to re-sign Anzalone, who was a starter. That's probably what he's going to demand in the market.
Something like that.
$4 million.
Pretty close.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll continue to talk about the defense when we come back.
Explosives.
If Aquara got cut, he's no longer playing with his brother. He's probably going to be really sad, Spinny.
Yeah, he might need somebody to talk to, and that somebody would be SMA or the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health or substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
Young Chris, JB Smooth. And I just never want you guys to forget that Joey 2 times wanted to trade Taylor Decker for a bag of chips and draft a guard with the 18th overall pick after a top 5 performance from your offensive line the year previously. Just remember that when he's trashing your guys' takes. Anybody else's. But anyway, moving on. I want to talk about the defense. I just rubbing his nose in at this point. I could scroll up and saw him still trying to talk. It's hilarious. But Aaron Glenn, Detroit Lions defensive coordinator, extended. Late news last night, breaking. I think there's a couple things to take away. I think one, in a roundabout way, and maybe a bit of a drawn-out way, you could look again to Sheila Ford Hamp. The Detroit Lions finally have a sign of like life for the fan base within the franchise. Calvin Johnson, making things work again with Mike Disner, but nonetheless, she realized that and she invested into it. I think that's a plus sign for guys. Maybe a defensive line coach looking for somewhere to hire into right now. Look at Detroit. Say if I do a good job here, I'm then rewarded for it. Ben Johnson, paid and extended as well. He got a fat contract. We don't know what the numbers are, but he got it. I think that's one of my takeaways from it, the Aaron Glenn extension. What about you?
Yeah, it's a guy proving that they have faith in the guy. It's proving that they see what he was doing. Obviously, at the end of the year, we've talked multiple times about what that defense ranked at the end of the year, their DVOA, what they were doing with rushing the passer, not allowing completion percentage. The turnover rate was top 5 in the NFL. Their pressure on the quarterback was top 5 in the NFL at the end of the year. So, or the second half of the year, that stretch of games where they played great football. They saw what Aaron Glenn did with that young team. They saw what Aaron Glenn did with those young players, how he molded them, how they continued to get better week after week, and that is just a hats off kind of moment, a tip your cap kind of moment to a guy in Aaron Glenn who was not working with a great bag. We talked about it. I said it was like making a salad with spoiled vegetables. The guy was working with some non-premium talent and a bunch of young players that were unproven. And when the young players started getting more playing time, you saw them rapidly improving, rapidly growing, turning into difference makers. You look at Aiden Hudson, Malcolm Rodriguez, Kirby Joseph, James Houston, Josh Pascal, all these guys, and then the cast-offs that other teams didn't want, like Alex Anzalone, like Isaiah Buggs, like John Kaminsky, guys that were brought in here. Aaron Glenn coached them up, and they turned into difference makers on that defense. So that is a tip of the cap of the organization to Aaron Glenn, showing that they have faith in him, showing that they believe in him going forward, and that when he starts to acquire more and more talent, the defense is only going to get better.
100%. 100%. I'm with you. You guys know I've been defending the Glenn since day one, since week 2 or the Seattle game, but whatever game it was, everybody was ready to toss in the towel because context matters. And I saw my guy Zyko, one of my favorite Woodward Sports commenters in the Woodward Sports chat. Hope you guys hit the like button. But he said, what has AG done to deserve an extension? And then, again, you have to just take the step back and evaluate things with context. You can't just. That's why I hate the PFF arguments, when people try to, this was ranked this. Like, first and foremost, fuck advanced analytics. Secondly, context. Like, the beginning of the season, historically bad. Kirby Joseph, second year playing the safety position, starting in the NFL as a rookie, you're going to see some bad things. As a matter of fact, in his first start against the Seattle Seahawks, and the game that afterwards people wanted to fire AG, gave up 2 touchdowns directly caused by him. Rewatch the game, you guys will see it. It was so bad. It was so bad. Speaking of PFF,
how bad was it?
They didn't even have it as a coverage snap for him because he was so far off from the tight end. That's how bad it was.
How bad was it?
But he took that and he turned it around. I think you have to recognize that. The only 2 starters returning to that defense last year from the year previously, Ali McNeil, sophomore season, and Alex Anzalone, career backup.
Yes.
Those were the only 2 returning starters to that defense, which also changed the scheme. You have to, again, in context, the way that season switched around was because of defense. You go to every single Detroit Lions win, more than a Jared Goff performance, more than a Aiden Hutchinson performance, well, actually somewhat an Aiden Hutchinson performance, most common thing when every single Detroit Lions win this year. What do you think of it? You already know. We've already had a discussion. Turnovers. Yeah. Every single Detroit Lions win, there was a turnover. Yeah. They went on that 8-game streak, the 8-2 streak. Mm-hmm. Turnovers, fumbles, interceptions.
That's how you win in the NFL, man.
That's how you win in the NFL. And like, you're going to give them some more pieces now. These guys get more involved with the NFL in itself. Like, their feet are in now. You heard Aiden talking last week, or maybe that was earlier this week. My man said Spinney can't keep his eye off the booty.
Sorry.
thirsty over there.
Nice booty, man.
Man, you just burnt the hole through her pants.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway. Lost my train of thought because I had to look too. I was like, is it looking like that? Like, what's going on?
Pretty good.
Very nice.
Very nice. How much? Very nice.
$5.
$5.
But no, Aiden Hutchinson last week or earlier this week was like, now that I got my feet wet, I know what I can do. That was just a sample size, little appetizer.
Yeah.
And I believe
like beef
him, man.
Wellington.
He was.
Beef Wellington's good.
One of the things I spoke about with GQ like 2 weeks ago, and actually even before AG even hit the field as a defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, was like some of the guys who used to play, like former player coaches, the conversation we had. And he's like, you can't always like bank on that being a good thing because some guys are stuck in their ways, and their ways are from the 90s, and the game's just not played that way. AG is willing to change his ways. You saw it with the Aiden Hutchinson situation of this season anyway.
Yeah, you saw it throughout what's going on with the defense, him moving guys around. Obviously, they moved Will Harris from safety to corner. They're moving different guys in different places, moved Iffy from corner to safety, stood up Aiden halfway through the season. So he's not just stubborn old man, something on my lawn, like old man yells at cloud.
Yeah.
Like, he is willing to adapt with the ever-changing game that is the NFL and what works with the young players that he has. First, he has to learn what works with them because they are brand new to this game. A lot of them were rookies going in, so you can't be like, oh, obviously this works. It worked in college, so it's going to work in the NFL. But when he realized something works, he stood Hutch up, and look at the success he had. He's dropping Hutch back in coverage, and he's getting interceptions. This guy, Aaron Glenn is getting the most out of these young players. We've talked about how many different players on that defense came out of nowhere. Like I said, not only the young guys, but the cast-offs is guys, like you said, Anzalone, career backup, comes in and has a fantastic season this year. Has one of the, by far the best year of his career. And it's impressive not only with the schemes that he presents, and we saw flashes of it last year, like when they shut down Lamar Jackson, different things like that, holding teams to under 20 points, very good offenses, but you can only do so much with the tools you're given, and when you're not given a full assortment of tools, you got to mix and match, and he started mixing and matching. And when you put a guy like Isaiah Buggs, like how much of a difference did he make in our defense? And Isaiah Buggs is, I love him, but he's not a game wrecker. He's not this game-changing player. Excuse me. He's a solid, backup. He's a good depth piece, but he is not this guy that is defenses are rallying around, or you're building your defense off of Isaiah Buggs. But Aaron Glenn put him in there, knew what he did best, let him do it, and it made a difference. And the same with a guy like John Kaminsky. Yeah, a lot of teams wanted him, but he's not projected to be this all-pro guy. But you put him in there, you let him eat, you let him off the leash, and bam. How he utilized James Houston. Obviously, we talked about it when he got drafted. Like, this guy is going to be your pass rush specialist. Quote what I said. Go back and look at it, bitch. But it's James Houston. We knew what he was going to be. Aaron Glenn knew what he was and utilized him very well. So it's about the tools that you put together along with the scheme you have. And Aaron Glenn did a very good job of getting the most out of what he had last year, especially in that second half of the season. And
it took some time to develop, but there are pieces that should have took some time to develop. I mean, he's getting stuff out of, and don't get me wrong, like this happens across the league to good teams.
Yeah.
And an example of that I want to bring up is Jerry Jacobs, a guy who's emerged as a starter in this league as an undrafted free agent. I mean, did he have it all along? Sure, maybe, but in the combination of Brad Holmes finding him, and actually even more than Brad Holmes, let's not forget, we point blank saw this in Hard Knocks. AG's a part of helping make these roster moves too.
Yes.
This is a collective.
Aaron Glenn, he has the ear of Dan Campbell, obviously.
Yeah.
They're good friends. They worked together before. He trusts him a lot, and he's making good decisions.
So they found this Jerry Jacobs kid. He becomes an NFL caliber starter. I don't want to say they found the problem, because the problem was doing some damage down at Jackson State. His numbers were ridiculous, but they got the problem. A lot of people doubted it. Like you said, able to let him off the leash and eat. He turned to something. They somehow, yesterday actually, we went over Bobby Wagner's numbers, and I couldn't help but think Anzalone's were kind of close. Maybe during the break we'll pull it up in comparison. But I think last year Anzalone's numbers were pretty close to what Bobby Wagner did. But that's AG. You got to credit AG with some of this. And if there's a piece I don't want to credit, or I'm scared to credit, is Todd Walsh, and that's because he's gone now. He's with the Carolina Panthers. Him leaving. Does anybody have like a concern with like the culture and everything that you're told what the Detroit Lions are?
It's obviously going to hurt. He was a good assistant coach. He was a guy that went out there, and you can't not say that he helped these guys. Like, he obviously helped Aiden Hutchinson along. He obviously helped James Houston along, Lee McNeil, and different guys like that. But it's something that's going to happen. If you're a good team, you're going to lose your assistant coaches. Flat out. That's what happens.
That's true. I was going to say, my only beef was like this one was like a lateral movement. And that's what made me question the culture until I thought back to the conversation we had, I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago. We were kind of doing a whatever type of segment, and we looked up the richest NFL owners. And number 2 on that list, David Tavert.
Yeah.
And it could have just been a more money thing. Because I think they hired Jim Caldwell now too, Deuce Staley. Like, he's a guy, he's been very impatient with wanting to win. You saw fire Matt Rule. You've heard him speak to the public openly about it. Maybe they just gave him the bag. And I guess I just want to. I'm thinking that to put everybody, I guess, at ease who may be concerned with the Detroit Lions culture, although I don't think that's anyone's concern. But in case it was,
I mean, Anzalone's stats aren't that close to.
You got him,
Bobby Wagner. Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
125 tackles. Bobby had 144.
Okay.
1.5 sacks. Bobby had 6. One interception. Bobby had 3.
Anzalone had 1 interception.
Yeah.
I feel like he had 2.
Wasn't it late in the season?
I'm looking at his stats
he had 1
right
against the Buffalo Bills. I know, but you did that to me before.
Pre-ProFootballReference.com.
Pre-poor, por favor.
Per ProFootballReference.com. Alex Anzalone, 1 interception.
He had
a good year. He didn't have an All-Pro second team caliber year.
Yes, he did. Take us a break.
No, he didn't.
What?
You think he had an All-Pro caliber year?
I 100% you. Just take us to break.
You did 100% of me.
Yeah. 100%.
It's your break.
Alta.
It's my break?
Yeah.
At Alta.
I'm supposed to drive, you idiot. Uptime.
Matters. I had to confirm. All right, I had to confirm something. You just let me down one time, and I haven't gained any trust back. At Alta. See, you let me down.
You already did that.
I know, but at Alta. Come on, so we can get on with this thing.
I don't want to.
Help me out, Chris. At Alta.
Uptime.
Matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Got a big project coming up? Alta has you covered. Make sure you guys give them a call today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where
uptime
matters.
Over.
So in your feet.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rax, Young Chris in the TV booth, JB Smooth on the 1s and 2s. We're kind of just talking about the extension of Aaron Glenn. It could have been a moment where we just kind of just pulled it out and flexed it on you guys, but we're nice. You know, we were the defending Glenn camp. We were the house patience camp and all the above. Well, you guys doubted us. It's cool. You know, these things are, predicted 9 wins. Doubted it. Happened. Predicted Malcolm Rodriguez. Doubted it. Happened. I'll just continue with my bad takes that come true. Weird. I wanted 69 likes for this mock draft, Spinny.
Okay.
Should I hold true to it, or should we jump into this AR-15 stuff? Because it's getting kind of What happened? This shit just happened overnight.
Yeah, we can do the AR-15 stuff.
We can do the AR-15 stuff. First of all, shout out again to Ryan Lynch for pulling the autographed AR-15 card.
That's pretty baller.
If the things we're starting to hear out of the blue,
if he gets drafted number 1 overall, that boy's gonna be worth a nice little ticket.
Oh, it's the Lions.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
To anywhere, honestly. Everywhere's got a fan base.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for profit.
Yeah.
Spinny, are you buying into this hype?
Of Anthony Richardson?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'll have to see it. Like you said, he could possibly be the most talented, like just pure raw talent quarterback in the draft. He's got a big arm. He's obviously very athletic, but he can't complete passes. Like that's an important part of being a quarterback is completing passes, and he showed an ineptitude of completing passes at the college level. So I don't know. I'm not in love with it. Definitely not at 6.
With the AR-15?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson, who we're talking about, by the way. Last year...
But when we read the stats and, like, compared them to Josh Allen's in college...
Yeah.
It's pretty damn similar.
This is where, like, I'm stumped and hurt on making the commitment to the idea of it. Is last year, I told you guys I was cool with Malik Willis going number 2. If that had happened, I was cool with it because I saw the raw tools that he had.
Yeah,
I was sold that bag of goods by NFL analysts. I was sold that bag of goods by our guy, Scott Bischoff.
Yeah.
And it still holds true, but raw. And that's the same thing I see with Anthony Richardson. Now, the main difference being probably the fact that he's 6'4". Mm-hmm. It makes him a lot more
and played at Florida instead of Liberty.
Yeah, that's true too. Played at Florida instead of Liberty. But like the one game I watched, but it was bad. And I'm almost like I'll just say it now. I'm almost thankful that the Malik Willis situation didn't happen, especially at 2. He could still prove that idea wrong, but it looked kind of ugly at moments. Anthony Richardson, I'm getting the same type of vibes. And although, yeah, at Florida, still just ugly situations. But Jalen Hurts was that too, kind of, when he first started off in the NFL. Like, he wasn't.
Yeah, it's
our guy Adams said he'd be out the league.
Like I said, yeah, he did say he'd be out the league, and he was in the Super Bowl. But there's a lot of upside if you go after Anthony Richardson. Obviously, he is a crazy talent. He has explosive playability. He's got great sack avoidance. I know Joey likes that. He is impressive, but seriously though, he is impressive moving around the pocket and getting his reads down the field. But I just don't see it happening, man. I don't know. I'd love to see, I'd love to say, yeah, Lions are getting a quarterback, Lions are doing this, but right now they have a team built to compete for the NFC with Jared Goff. They have a team built to go deep into the playoffs with Jared Goff, and the projections are there. They're a favorite to win the NFC. They are a top 10 favorite to win the Super Bowl. Like, the Detroit Lions have realistic expectations on this team right now, built with Jared Goff. Resetting that clock with a guy like Anthony Richardson would be something. Obviously, Jared Goff would still be the starter next year regardless, but
that's why you can't say resetting the clock, though.
Yeah,
Jared Goff's still
Goff's still going to be the starter, but how I see it right now is they're going to take, I don't want to say resetting the clock, but they're taking picks to further that clock.
What?
They're going to take picks
later?
They have to they're going to take picks to later that clock. They're going to take picks, especially their 2 first-round picks, on guys that will help them win games immediately. As much as I'd like to see a quarterback, to shake things up, but you can't just do that. You can't just throw a shot in the dark just to shake things up. And now that Goff has proven he can play at that level, if you are truly on his side, if you truly believe in him, then you give him pieces that will help him compete next year.
But can we not look at like past draft classes from Brad Holmes? There's only 2, but see those pieces collected with 2nd-round picks, 3rd-round picks, Malcolm Rodrigo, 6th-round picks.
Yeah.
So and I think you and I have been on the same page of like, yeah, we like Goff, but we don't think he's winning you a Super Bowl.
Yes.
So like, and we see the trend of like guys actually contending for Super Bowls. A lot of them are on the rookie deal. At least that the guys that are playing in the playoffs. I mean, you saw Jalen Hurts there this year. Lost to arguably the greatest quarterback talent in all time. Ever. So I can't give the argument of it like, furthering your clock or resetting a clock or helping close a window, especially when you have the example of the freaking 49ers who've been to the NFC Championship, three straight years now?
Yeah.
And they haven't even had a first-round pick this past year.
They were pretty solidified on defensive playmakers. The Lions' defense is not there yet. Yeah, they have good pieces, but, Aiden Hutchinson is not Nick Bosa yet. Is he projecting to that? Sure.
Yeah.
But he is not that yet. We don't have a Fred Warner. They don't have those all-pro pieces yet. Hopefully you're building towards that, but you got to keep adding talent.
I mean, but this is so young. Again, what we just went over with that defense is specifically, only 2 less guys were returning starters last year. Mm-hmm. You said Aiden Hutchinson, can he reach that Joey Bosa level? I'm going to go, I'll say yeah. If not, just a notch under.
I think Aiden Hutchinson can reach that level as well.
Or let's just go the route of all-pro, right? Because I'll give you another guy I think that can reach that. Kirby Joseph. I think Kirby Joseph could be an all-pro. Is that it for now? I'll probably cut the list off at that. If I wanted to just throw a name that's is believable, I don't know if it's going to happen, but probably James Houston. But you can't count on him being here long term because I want to warn Lions fans right now. He is a free agent at the end of the year, unless we re-sign him this offseason, which again he'd probably have to prove that season again, obviously, because how he entered the league. You know, he didn't even make the team. That's why that's the case. But Brad Holmes still could find you those, and those pieces are still developing.
Those pieces are still there.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, those pieces are still there, but it's a lot easier to find them in the first and second round. Like, you can't – that's the one thing. I don't want people to be like, oh, we'll just keep finding 2 starters in the 6th round. Like, that shit doesn't happen very often. As much as it was great that Brad Holmes did it, you can't bank on him finding starters in the 6th round every year. It's just not realistic. So when the talent is there, you should take it. Do I think they need to address the quarterback position? Yes. But I don't know if Anthony Richardson is the answer.
I'm with you. That's the part of it. Is like, would I be mad if it happened, even as early as 6? No.
No, you can see why. Because you don't expect to be back there for a long time.
And all the raw tools. And, I mean, here's this. And I don't know how long Ben's made the commitment to the Detroit Lions organization, privately, because contractually, if he wants to become a head coach, he can go become a head coach. But, like, if there's a guy that can develop Anthony Richardson, or that I'm comfortable with developing Anthony Richardson in Detroit, it's Ben Johnson.
Yes.
You saw 2021 Jared Goff. It was all bad.
It's not great.
It was not great. My whole theory with, like, a good part of getting Goff was, like, you could build him up and he becomes tradable again. 2021, I was like, oh, my God, we're just going to end up cutting him next year and saving $20 million. Not the case, though, because Ben Johnson come and save the day. So with a guy as raw as Anthony Richardson, Ben Johnson getting his hands on him, like, it's going to be scary. And I think the same thing for another guy in the NFC, Trey Lance. You can see the same thing going on in the 49ers organization. He just hasn't been healthy enough to see it. I think it can happen with Anthony Richardson. Dog.
It's the accuracy problem with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
So, he's got the big arm, he's got the size, he's got the mobility, but can he make accurate passes in the pocket in the NFL? Who knows? He's going to go to the Underwear Olympics. He's going to show out. He's going to make a lot of big, gaudy throws. He's going to make a lot of cross-the-body stuff that people will be like, holy shit, he just threw that 60 yards flat-footed across his body. But so did Zach Wilson. So did other players. So,
I'll admit there's something new my guy Neil won't do, but I'll admit I liked Zach Wilson at coming out of the draft.
Yeah.
Maybe the Justice wasn't a good system as well. We've seen guys change.
He's just a little
he's just not
douchebag.
He's not him. But I like the prospect of Richardson better than Zach Wilson.
I do too.
6'4". Yeah, run if he's in trouble. Throw on the run. Forget throwing flat-footed. Can you throw on the run? That's my thing. JB, I know you hate Will Levis. I know you hate C.J. Stroud. So how you feel about the Anthony Richardson stuff?
I'm cool if you draft him in the 2nd round. I don't want to go.
The 2nd round?
Yes.
You think he's going to be there in the 2nd round?
I can't do 6. Like, I feel like there's way better talent that you need out here for this Lions offense and the team in general just to be better in this next season. AR-15 at 6, like I can't see it.
He's not going to be there second round. Not a chance.
You're on.
What about 18?
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
Probably not. Maybe.
I don't know if he's going to be there at 18. I could be wrong though. A lot of people thought.
I feel like he's going to be a top 10 pick. It's just like you look at already the hype. He's got what, plus 750 to be the number 1 overall pick. It went from plus 10,000 to plus 750, and like I said, once the combine hits, he's going to shoot up even more. So
yeah, that's going to be the turning point right there. How he performs during this combine, because as you said, the accuracy is something that they have to work on a lot with. I mean, he is a dual threat quarterback that a lot of teams want to look for right now, but accuracies that lead to interceptions and incompletions like that, that's something that needs to be heavily worked on. If we get him and Ben Johnson can work on him, like, this would be a nice landing spot for him.
I mean, I think
you're talking yourself into it.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because I'm high or what, but I mean, it would be the perfect scenario. He sits the year.
PFF gives you if you take Anthony Richardson at 6.
At 6, but no, he takes that year to sit, learns behind both Goff and Johnson. I guess the only concern in terms of like competing this year is you saw Jared Goff with broken confidence before. He was throwing the football out of bounds on 4th down.
Damn, Anthony Richardson went 4th in this.
You didn't make it.
I didn't change any of the sliders or anything.
Yeah.
And at 6 for the Lions, who's available to me? Will Anderson Jr., Will Levis, and C.J. Stroud. It went Jalen Carter, Bryce Young, Tyree Wilson 3, Anthony Richardson 4, Miles Murphy 5.
Oh my. 15 more likes. Speaking of mock drafts, he's going to drop his official mock draft. Is this 2.0?
2.0.
You want to pull what was the 33rd team? Did 1.2? Here's our 1.2.
I don't understand that shit.
All right, man. Tell us about Planet Fitness.
I will, because now is the perfect time to join Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. It has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes and a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $10 a month. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
You're about to be shell-shocked. The catch of the day is in. Big Boy Seafood Fest is officially back. Join us for some of your favorites like our popcorn shrimp and pike perch platters and our classic fish and chips. This year, we've reeled in some fresh catches like our shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and our fish sandwich. And especially, don't forget about our all-you-can-eat Friday night fish fry buffet. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Bonjour and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I am your boy Aziz, my friend Special.
Hello.
Young Chris is in the TD booth and JP on the 1s and 2s.
Did you really think Anthony Richardson was going to last to the second round?
It is possible, but no, I just did a mock draft on here, as Spencer did one as well too. If you take him 6 overall, he's a C+.
C+.
Mock drafts. Speaking of the devil, if we can get to work, we're doing one live with the Woodward Heavyweights Sports Chat. When we go to the picks, we want to do like a poll.
Yeah, we can do that. I feel like that's going to be a lot, though.
Let it be a lot. It's a Friday.
Yeah.
Close out with some hockey.
I can full screen it right now if we want to try it.
Sure. Well, we're 9 more likes away from Spinny's mock draft.
So let's just mess around.
No, let's do it.
Yeah.
You want to do the mock draft now?
Yeah.
And your mock draft later?
Fuck it. Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go.
All right.
All right, Chris.
All right. Click that little...
Hit that green button.
Green button, yeah.
This one to use defaults?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Will we just in the sliders too?
Yeah, because I want to take the randomness out.
Yeah.
Did you click it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, on my screen it shows that it's clicked.
Not showing anything on
it. Yeah, I see that now.
Is it a V set?
But yeah, there's public versus PFF board, care for positional.
I mean, if we can't see anything that's going on, there's no point.
You can't really coach.
Is that in a V set or is that from the web browser?
It's from the web browser.
Try doing it from vMix itself.
Okay. Okay, give me a second here.
Like, you know what I'm saying, click on the green thing?
Yeah.
But yeah, the green button, and this is where the guy who wanted to trade Taylor Decker, who wanted to draft the guard in first round, who thought Malcolm Rodriguez was a bust, all that good stuff like that. Bust at 6 overall or 6th round pick too. But anyway, this is where he got upset. He said, "Oh, that's not realistic. Well, I only play by the games. I literally went to the settings and took down the randomness."
Yeah.
5 more likes, we could do Spinny's mock draft while Chris tries to get that going so we could do one together. 4 more likes is when he gets there at 65. Let's just do it. We're going to hit it.
Just do it now?
We're going to hit the 69.
All right. Do you have it in the...
Yes, I do.
All right, let's
do you want the PFF or your total one?
My one. We'll do that first, then we'll show the grade at the end.
All right.
All right, so this is what I have so far. Do you have it in the V set or my little box?
I'm going to make it right now.
So this is what I have for my mock draft 2.0. I didn't trade, even though I really wanted to. I wanted to trade back out of 6. But I took Christian Gonzalez at 6. And then at 18, I have Chloe Jukansi out of Pitt that everybody loves.
Explain that one a little bit.
What?
Expound on Cansey a bit, because you said everyone loves him, but...
Yeah, I think he was the best...
We got to make a segment out of this thing.
He was the best defensive tackle available. He was a guy that was there. I didn't think he was going to be there. I think he would have went early. And, I took him because they already got, obviously, Christian Gonzalez. So I got the cornerback down, then I went for the defensive tackle.
Are you as high on him as everybody else?
I think he's going to be very good. Yeah, I think he'd be a great compliment to Lee McNeil with his ability to rush the passer.
I like that.
And different things. And then I have Deion Henley. And
Who's this guy?
He's a linebacker out of Washington State. He's great in coverage. Big guy, makes a lot of plays all around the field. He's a good player for them. He's been a good player for them for a while. So I took him. Then I got Andre Carter out of Army, an edge, who fell hard. He's a big guy. He can make a lot of plays, very athletic coming off the edge. I thought that would be good because, like you said, James Houston's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. So you need some more help over there and possibly cutting either Charles Harris or Romeo Okwara. You can never have enough guys out there. And then I went to DeMarvion Overshone. I didn't really like going 2 linebackers that early. But, these are 2 of my favorite linebackers. He was still there at 81, and I went for it because I think he's going to be a great player in this league, so I took him. I got Chase Brown at 154, the running back out of Illinois. This is a guy who's going to go out there. He's going to make things happen. Obviously, he did that a lot at Illinois. He's a good downfield runner. Then I got Clayton Tune at 183. I think he's the most slept-on quarterback in this draft. He's a great pocket passer, can make a lot of different throws. He's good at extending plays with his feet and moving around. And then I got the guard there with the last pick, Antonio Mafi, out of UCLA. Your guy.
Because I just feel like he's gonna be good. Never even seen the man.
No, it was a late pick, and then I felt it was a pretty good draft, honestly.
I loved everything except the Deion Henley and kind of the edge, but I also don't know who was there.
Yeah.
To abuse you about.
It wasn't really anybody that I.
Did you go linebacker? Because fuck, I have to go linebacker.
No. I went linebacker because he's the best player.
You really like him?
Yeah. Throw up the grades.
Throw up the grades.
Yeah, so these are the grades I got for this pick.
Very well. Very well.
Henley.
Another A-.
I haven't heard anything about this kid yet. And if I did, he just didn't catch my ear enough.
He's probably the best coverage
deeper.
linebacker in the draft.
No way.
Yeah.
I think Overshone's the best coverage linebacker in the draft.
I think Henley is.
He's a little former defensive back. He's like 6'5", 6'4".
Yeah.
The Overshone.
The only thing I didn't like is that I didn't get a wide receiver, but in this one I was like, all right, they're going to re-sign DJ Chark. That was my thought going into that draft.
One more time?
My thoughts going into that draft were, they're going to re-sign DJ Chark.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, if you listen to Ben Johnson speak, he said, it's a priority. for him. You know what I'm saying? But he said ultimately I don't make the decision.
Yeah.
This kid, this Edge. What was his name?
Andre Carter II.
Out of
Army.
Army?
Yeah.
Who was him? Who was this guy?
He's big. He's athletic. He makes a lot of plays. He's gonna probably fall a little bit because he didn't have that great of a Senior Bowl, but he's a good player. All I know is I posted on Twitter, tagged Russell Brown, and he said pants are off. So he liked it a lot.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I like the first round for sure.
Yeah.
I gotta look at the Henley guy because I'm not as.
He's a dog, man. He's fast. He's athletic.
How tall is he? Big dude.
I think he's 6'2". I think, like I said, I think he's probably the best coverage linebacker in this draft. He's a great player. I think he could be a day one starter. You put him in there, so.
Devon Henley. What was his name?
Yeah, Davion Henley.
Davion. So I was like looking up his measurements. Davion Henley. Here's a Spotify playlist.
Nice.
I think he's 6'2", 220 or 230. He's a big guy, and he can cover his ass off.
Cassie, I'll give you B. Only because there's only two. And that's partly my fault. I don't know them enough.
Yeah.
But also I've been like doing homework. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like I should have like heard about them if they're like worth anything type thing. You know what I'm saying? JB, what are you grading that one?
I'll give it a B, but as you said, some of those players I don't really know, so I have to go back and look at some highlight film and see how they stack up. Especially that Army guy. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. Do you like that guy or is like yeah?
Well, he drafted him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've been there before in drafts. So I'm like, fuck.
The only person I didn't know that I drafted was that guard out of UCLA.
Yeah.
The rest of them I watched taped on them.
Which they loved.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
A-.
Got him late, 6th round, I think.
Do you want the PFF profile on Andre Carter?
Yeah.
It says, here's a guy. I'm just going to have to log in. Oh, it's not giving me the password recognition.
Rip.
Damn. Do you have it on yours? All I do is type. Oh, I know why. I'm not on my Brave browser. Sorry, guys. I'm really just trying to find out about this Andre Carter kid. Or, Andre Carter, right?
Yes, Andre Carter II.
Did you find it on
PFF? Talent. The talent is there. Sideline to sideline playmaker.
Here we go. The 6'7" Carter is one of the tallest pass rushers in recent memory. Simply put, he's an absolute monster. Just look at his 2021 stats to see how dominant he can be on the football field. In that year, he put up 59 total pressures, 15 sacks, which earned him an elite 93.4 pass rushing grade. Carter's production was not the same in 2022, but that was because Georgia's opponents. Georgia, I thought he played at Army.
He does play at Army.
Oh, but that was because Georgia's opponents were scheming up game plans to limit his output. Teams were doubling Carter left and right, which is the only way to slow him down this past year. Shades of Max Crosby.
Yeah, NFL Draft Buzz says Andre Carter II is an incredible athlete with massive wingspan, elite agility, and change of direction skills with the speed to match tight ends in coverage. The only thing holding him back from being a first-round selection in the 2023 draft is the commitment to the U.S. military, which, although very noble, could very well impact his time in the pros.
I'll keep an eye. I'll that big guy watch film on. MMS 1346 the Woodward Sports Chat gives you an A-. I respect nothing less from that guy because I've heard some of his takes.
I mean, PFF gave me an A-. That's back-to-back A-minuses for Spenny.
Shout out. That's corny. My bad.
That was
all right, guys.
Corny.
We're at the 6-10 break. Chris, any luck on the?
It's still not letting me do it. I'm gonna have to play around with it.
You know what you could also maybe try when you click the input and it had the link. Maybe copy paste the link in the URL thing up there.
Okay, I'll try that.
Before we do that, let me tell you guys about Swiss Insurance. Swiss Insurance got everything you need to make sure you're covered when things go wrong. Like you're trying to add a little PFF mock draft to your live show. Things might be going wrong. I bet Mark can help us out. Matter of fact, send Mark an email. It's mark@swissins.com. Again, it's mark@swissins.com. Hopefully get us help with this PFF. We'll be right back. So Woodward Heavyweights.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
The Fowling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Fowling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120 if you get thirsty. They got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at fowlingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rex. You know, Chris in the TD booth working hard to get a mock draft going with you, the live audience. I think the way we do that, there's 4 of us in this room, right?
Yeah.
So maybe 4 of us give a pick and let the chat decide. If we end up with one of those Booner mock drafts, like receiver. Receiver. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button. We were just grading Spencer's mock draft, and he drafted Devon Henley.
Yes.
Just try to do a little bit of homework on him throughout the break, and I pulled up PFF's top 10 linebacker prospects. Do you want to look up draft networks while I'm reading this off? Peyton Wilson from NC State is their 10th best prospect. Cam Jones is their 9th guy out of Indiana. Dorian Williams from out of Tulane is 8. I'm pulling a Chris here. Just rattling off names. You got to give context to it. Nick Herberg is their 7th. Wasn't he a pass rusher as well?
Yeah, they have. This one I just looked up. They have a lot of pass rushers in there too.
Noel Sewell is 6th. DeMarvion Overshone is 5. That's 6'4", 220 pounds. To give some context to DeMarvion Overshone.
Yeah.
Former defensive back. That's a kid I like a lot, and that's a kid I actually watched the film on. Russ's concern, and maybe I should reach out to Russ if he wants to hop on or call in, but Russ's concern is he doesn't show the amount of strength he presents at 6'4", 220. But when I put on the tape and I watched him just wrap up, I told you this the other day, this is just a sure tackler. You don't always need a big hit. Sometimes you just need to make the tackle, and that's what I saw out of him. Can he do it at the NFL level? We've yet to see.
No, I like Overshone too.
The number 4 prospect, Spinny, Deion Henley, your boy. Now this one says
he
Washington
showed out at the
State.
Senior Bowl. Yeah, Washington State.
Did you say Army? Oh, that's the edge rusher.
Andre Carter went to Army.
You're right. All right. Henley is a former quarterback who started at wide receiver for Nevada before switching to linebacker in 2020. The strides he's made since then have been outstanding and should get teams excited about where his ceiling can go. His receiver athleticism shows in how easily he marries the ball carriers or tight ends in space, which is why he's such a quality tackler despite trending toward the smaller side for the position. He missed only 5 of his 97 tackle attempts on the season. Henley's biggest weakness comes in the run game, which is expected, but he's not going to be the take-on guy in your defense as he can get locked on blocks at the second level. Still, there's far more to get excited about as most of his weaknesses are fixable with time. Yo, you know whose tweet they just inserted an article for this man?
Who?
Russell Brown.
Yeah.
That's dope. Shout out, Russ.
Nice.
And this is from Russell Brown's tweet. Watching Washington State linebacker Davion Henley, and this dude can scoot. Former high school quarterback, then converted to receiver at Nevada and moved to linebacker before transferring to the Cougars. This season, he had 106 total tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 1 interception, 2 pass breakups, and 3 forced fumbles. That is impressive.
I like him. I told you I like him.
You heard the concerns of size.
I know you don't trust me in anything I say, but
it was 6'2". Well, no, I don't know. I'm doing my homework. I'm literally doing it live on air. That's what I'm doing right now. You take such offense to things.
What was that?
Did someone just fall? 6'2", 232 pounds. Why is there concerns in size? Is it because he's too big? Maybe.
6'2". No, maybe he's just not tall. 6'2" is not.
Yeah.
Super tall.
I do like
his arms aren't that long and his hands are kind of small. Or his arms are long, but his hands are kind of small.
Yeah.
But he's got a good wingspan.
we disagreed on something the other day, and it was like you said you didn't like Malcolm in coverage, and I was like, I like Malcolm in coverage.
Yeah.
One of the attributes for Malcolm, he's a former quarterback too, and I think that's what helps him read the field a little bit. And receiver, I almost burped just now, but we saw that quality in Kirby Joseph, former receiver turned safety, and he's a hell of a ball hawk. So maybe he is the best coverage linebacker in this year's draft.
I think he is.
Yeah. I still like the prospect of. I'll read the Overshown one. It's Overshown has the length profile every team is looking for, and he's super high cut, 6'4" linebacker who has the wingspan to shut down throwing lanes over the middle of the field. And as a former safety who has smooth hips and range, Overshown has allowed just 214 yards on 332 coverage snaps last season. That feels like a lot, though. Well, I guess it's a linebacker. Even after 3 years of starting at linebacker, though, Overshown still looks too often like the former safety. He has a tendency to get out of control, causing his balance to suffer. Although that improved considerably this past fall, that's born out of a tackler. That's born out as of tack. What the fuck? That's born out as a tackler over the course of his career. What does that mean? That's born. Now, I've never heard that expression in my life. I'll just move on from that. With a 19.2% missed tackle rate. If a team is looking for a moldable ball of clay with all the tools to succeed in this class, Overshown's a great option. I just like the fact that he's former safety, but you have that former receiver in your guy. Number 3 is Jack Campbell on their list. If you guys don't know, that's a 6'5" freak of nature. He's not like supremely athletic, but he looks fucking giant on the field. And in coverage, that length, you saw it in Iowa, had a couple of turnovers where he just kind of just reached up, was like, eh. And that's the other thing too, is like, what's sweet about your guy is he's an actually former receiver, probably got hands for days. Yeah. But with Overshown and even Campbell, sometimes if you just have the length just to bat the ball.
Yeah, Overshown's a big dude.
Yeah, 6'4".
Very big dude.
Campbell's 6'5". Number 2, Drew Sanders for those guys, 6'5", 233.
Trent Simpson, number 1.
Trent Simpson, number 1. Which is crazy because on their very own site, they have him as the number 1 ranked linebacker prospect. But when you draft him in PFF in round 55, they gave me a B for that one.
Yeah.
Like what? Make it make sense.
Yeah, those grades don't really make sense.
They never make sense.
Grades are kind of, eh.
Yeah, PFF rarely makes sense. I mean, I do respect the work they put in. Any luck, Chris?
No, I'm even trying to problem solve it on YouTube, but I'm doing it the exact same way, and it's still not coming up. So
yeah.
I'm trying.
It's all right.
It's cool. I know I did it before when I was TD in the hook. Fucking long time ago. You guys are like way better than me. I thought you guys knew how to do it for sure.
Yeah, well.
It'll be ready for Monday. Yeah. It'll be ready for Monday, 100%.
Yeah. That'll be lit. I think that'd be dope to do a mock draft with the...
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. That's the number 4 prospect. I mean, I guess I have to give that a A or B. Wherever would they end up giving you for that one? A?
A minus.
A minus. Nice. I'll watch him tonight, mate. He has a position of need.
It is a position of need, especially if they're not going to sign Anzalone.
That's true, too. I think they'll re-sign Anzalone, though.
Yeah.
Just because he ain't going to cost much.
He's not going to cost that much at all.
What are the positions? Oh, I guess linebacker is the position you'd rather draft through free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's the other thing, too. Yeah, we're looking at these positions of need, which they still exist as positions of need, but there's some that we may address through free agency, which is just before the draft. I think guard might be one of those positions, too. Like, don't forget, before, like, people like Big V. Big V was a backup when we signed him in free agency. Like, there's going to be more players like that this coming off season.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget Brad Holmes. I mean, the finding diamonds in the rough. That's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
That's former first-round picks that just didn't work out somewhere else.
That's what that's what he's good at. But like I said, you can't keep expecting that to happen. Like, yeah, it's nice that it's been happening, but you can't keep being like, oh, Brad Holmes will just find a starter in the 6th round. Oh, Brad Holmes will just find a guy off the team that nobody wants anymore. He's going to turn out to be good. Like, it's not realistic to keep thinking those things are going to happen. It's nice when they do, and it's crazy that it's happened so many times. But the well's going to run dry eventually of 6th round picks and cast-offs that don't work out.
That's why, but I'm talking about it's at the guard position specifically. This is why I was gonna say I hate that pick when I see him in mock drafts within the top 4 at least. If you're taking one in the 5th round or wherever after that, like cool. But it's so much not a position of need. It doesn't make sense to take it that high.
What?
Guard. Because again, you're saying we could address it in draft, yeah, but the free agency that's why I think it's going to be addressed at least. I mean, it was literally a rotating door all season.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too hard to this cannot be recent. Brandon Sheriff is a free agent? I'm looking at free agent guards. He's only 30. James Daniels, the number 1 guy. I've never heard of this website, though. It's Walter Football. I'm just going to use a different one.
Yeah, probably not a great source. Yeah, I've never heard of this website. It's .cax42, but they said Tom Brady is going to come play for the Lions next year.
Information sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
I mean,
they said Deion Sanders is coming out of retirement playing for the Lions.
I mean, Woodward Sports did report Tom Brady coming to the Detroit Lions.
Lions draft Leon Sandcastle?
Justin Pugh, Roger.
9 drinks. The well never runs dry. Tom Brady. Okay. Keep using that one guy. The well never runs dry. There's one guy out of 500,000 picks that have been taken in the NFL in the 6th round. He made it. You can't keep expecting it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't keep being like, okay, yeah, we can take this here because Brad Holmes is just going to hit on those 6th-round picks. Those 6th-round picks are going to be starters, no doubt. No, you can't expect that. It's not realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I get that logic when it comes to expecting it out of 6th-round picks, but in particular, I guess in terms of the offensive guard situation, we were witness to it this year. It was a rotating door. Whoever he decides to pick, whether it's a former cast-off or not, it's more than likely going to work out. And then Evan Brown, you like him, right? I mean, I actually kind of fell less in love with him this year.
Yeah, I like Evan Brown, but
he's actually, this is Neil's favorite site, Spot Track.
Yeah, they said $10 million a year or something like that.
I'm looking, yeah, you're right. I'm looking at 2002 estimated market value. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th ranked guy. So I mean, yeah, 10.8. Maybe.
Walter W. Nobody said Overshown is better than Jack Campbell, bro. I'm just not taking Jack Campbell in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
You'd have to take Jack Campbell at the second, probably your first pick of the 2nd round if you want him.
I'm gonna look up Jack Campbell's pro comp because I thought of one in my head, but I'm like, there's no way that's it's
he's white. He's better. White linebackers are always better.
Well, first I couldn't really think of anyone, and then I thought of who's a big guy. Actually, let me ask you before I say this, 'cause I'm gonna feel crazy saying it.
Huh?
His pro comp for Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
No, I want to know what you say before I say it.
Jack Campbell's pro comp? I don't know.
JB, do you have one?
No, not that I can think of.
I'm trying to think of the best possible pro comp.
Are you gonna say Brian Urlacher?
Fuck no. I love
Big white man, big scary white man.
Brian Urlacher was a fucking beast. Don't get me wrong.
Something else, yeah.
I'm just not gonna say it.
Well, no. What were you gonna say?
Because I'm trying to think of the best version of him for me to guarantee that
just say it, bro. God.
How tall is Fred Warner?
5'3", I think.
It's 5'.
6'3", I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, 5'3".
No, that's Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's Bryce Young. My bad. Yeah, he's 6'3".
6'3". I was gonna say that's probably the best version of him, but I don't. I can say it. Yeah, it's very possible DeMarvion Overshown becomes a better linebacker than Jack Campbell. I don't know anybody. Think of a linebacker that's Jack Campbell's size and doing the shit he's doing right now in the NFL. You can't guarantee that shit's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
He did that shit in college. Yeah, Johnny Manziel won a fucking Heisman Trophy in college. Tim Tebow won a championship in college.
Joey 2 times said Jack Campbell equals good to hear Whitehead.
Good to hear Whitehead?
Yeah.
Well, we're not trusting that guy's analysis of any linebackers or anything in the 2023 draft. He's in punishment.
What about Leighton Vander Esch?
Leighton Vander Esch?
Is that comparable?
Yeah, I can see that. Leighton Vander Esch is a big dude.
Is he?
Yeah.
How tall is he, JB? Can we look it up?
How tall is Leighton Vander Esch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Campbell was about as dominant of a linebacker as you'll see in college. He's also one of the biggest linebackers you'll ever see in college. The Iowa defense had plenty of NFL talent on it, and Campbell was arguably the best of the bunch. His 91.7 PFF grade ranks second in the nation among all linebackers. The thing that separates Campbell, though, is his coverage ability, as he allowed only 236 yards on 418 coverage snaps this season, en route to a 92.9.
Ooh. This guy's going to get booed out of the chat. Stephen Wandroy.
Why? What happened?
He said have to draft Stroud at 6.
Have to?
If Stroud's there at 6, do you take him?
I literally did, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You literally did.
I literally did. If he's there at 6, I had music. We got a break coming up. We'll talk about it when we get back.
Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's, because you can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
We are the network network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Jumpin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Jumpin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Jumpin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
Hello, welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy Jordan with my mate Spin More Axe.
What up, Dell?
JB Smooth in the ones and twos. Chris and TD Booth. We're rocking along. Talking linebackers we just got done with because my guy Spinny took PFF's number 4th overall guy.
Took 2 linebackers.
He did. It's D something Henley. I already forgot the. I'm just not confident with the pronunciation of the first name.
Dayon.
That's why I say Big V and stuff like that.
Dayon Henley, I believe.
Dayon Henley, former quarterback, former wide receiver. I like it. I'm gonna watch the film tonight. Joey 2 times pissed. I'm doing homework live on air. I have the luxury of doing that, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm also making everybody else informed at the same time. I don't see the problem with it. I don't see the big deal. But before that, we were talking about CJ Stroud. You ready to kick somebody out the chat?
I didn't say I was going to kick him out of the chat. I said the chat's going to kick him out of the chat.
Oh, yeah.
They got mad when you took CJ Stroud.
They did. Well, then I found out after the show. I think I actually found out during the show, too. But kind of just, like, passed.
Braylon took him.
Braylon took him, too.
Yeah. So did Maz.
Maz, too.
Yeah, Maz said he didn't like my draft. Probably because I didn't take CJ Stroud.
I think it's because nobody knows who Dayon Henley is.
You should.
You should. And now, people are going to look him up. At least I hope so. I mean, I'm going to look him up. I don't know about people, but Maz will. I'm also going to look up the Andre Carter kid, too.
Yeah, you should.
Can I dispel something, though, about the CJ Stroud stuff?
Sure.
The Ohio State quarterbacks don't do well in the NFL. Who's the best quarterback out of Texas Tech? Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. Who was the best quarterback before him?
I don't know. Who's their quarterback when Michael Crabtree went there?
That's a good question. It's not really a good question. I don't fucking know. All right. But the point is, Texas Tech doesn't have a good history of quarterbacks going to the NFL. This is a bad example. Or actually, no.
Ranking the 10 best Texas Tech quarterbacks since 2000.
I can't even tell you. What college?
Sounds like a dark rabbit hole.
Davis Webb. Taylor Potts. Nick Schilmnick. Cody Hodges. Wait, we're heating up now. Sony Cumby. Seth Doge.
Great history of
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that name.
I do know that name.
B.J. Simmons.
All right, we get it. You're pulling a Chris.
Wait, Patrick Mahomes is number 2.
When's
Graham Harrell is number 1.
That's one of those. They're going for
He was
clicks.
the guy with Michael Crabtree.
They're going for clicks. Or maybe they just mean like the best.
Number 1 in touchdowns,
best
yards,
there.
and pretty much every other quarterback stat over his career.
Moving on, though.
Hall of Fame names.
By the numbers.
Hall
By the numbers.
Hall of Famers.
How about all those great quarterbacks that came out of Wyoming into the NFL? That's a long list of great names. Josh Allen.
Here we go.
And then, I just don't really know after that. A lot of great quarterbacks out of LSU. There's Joe Burrow and
do you
Marcus
guys know
Russell.
every number 2 overall pick of the last 23 years?
in the NBA. The point is, that's such a weak argument.
Starting with Chet Holmgren.
That literally means nothing. If it were the other thing too is like it's a pro style offense on top of that.
Yeah.
Right. That's one of the reasons why
he's a pocket passer.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
And he showed athleticism in the Georgia game. And I'm not talking about just like athleticism, him running the ball for first downs or a couple yards. I'm talking about like throws on the run, evading the best defense in college football within the pocket. Like that's why I hated the Jared Goff comps from the get. I get with the throws because he has, I think, the best. I think Adams was the one that said this the other day. He has the best pro ball in this year's draft class, and I agree. I think so too. Watching him this year, when I watched Ohio State, damn, that ball looks pretty coming out. But I always contested that he was more athletic than Jared Goff, and people said it's because I was a hater, but he literally fucking is. There's no like. He's black. No, it doesn't mean nothing, but maybe something because he is though. He's more athletic than Jared Goff was in the pocket. But
who's C.J. Stroud?
C.J. Stroud more athletic than Goff in the pocket.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, if he's there at 6, you have to take him. It's just you would almost be stupid not to, and that's one of the reasons why I think he's not going to be there. Because it also trips me out that like there's no conversations about Seattle drafting a quarterback.
Vince Young went to Texas.
Vince Young did go to Texas. Why? Someone said something in the chat?
Jeb Large said Vince Young wasn't good.
Yeah. All those great Texas quarterbacks, though, huh? Like, there's no fucking, like, that's just not a thing. You know what I'm saying? That the logic. The only way it could be,
I don't go by that logic either.
Yeah. The only way I could see, like, being a thing is if it's, like...
I think it's because, like, all of them are, like, Heisman finalists. They're always a Heisman finalist. Like... Terrell Pryor, Braxton Miller, J.T. Barrett, Cardell Jones, Justin Fields, and none of them have really worked out in the NFL.
But the other thing, too, is, like, I guess you look at the scheme of the offense, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like that college type shit where they're running all types of options and shit like that, and it's a running.
Yeah.
Like, I could look at that and I'd be like, I don't know how he's going to play out in the NFL.
He's the most pro-ready quarterback they've had in a long time, for sure.
Exactly.
He's a pocket passer. He makes throws down the field. And he uses his athleticism to escape the pocket and extend plays. C.J. Stroud is probably going to be the best NFL quarterback to ever come out of Ohio State. Well, so far at least.
I can see it.
Unless you don't count Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Does that mean you think Fields is not going to be...
No, I think he'll be good, but I don't think his body's going to hold up if he continues to play how he does.
Yeah.
It's just what happens.
No, I agree too. And I think he's going to continue to showcase that athleticism, because it's not like he showcased it against Rutgers. I mean, he did actually against Rutgers because he couldn't pass in the game. They're running a lot. But he didn't always showcase it, but against the best defense with, I think this year, will they have the most first rounders on defense coming out? If Keely Ringo slips in there. Either way, the best defense in college football for him to be showcased against.
He balled.
He
balled.
Pro style.
But I don't like
the only way I get
forming an opinion off of one game.
But he's still Heisman finalist. Like, he still had a damn good season.
Yes.
Were there moments where he didn't, do his finest work? Yes. But everyone's has those moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and pretend like everyone's been perfect. It's just not how it works. You have to take things in stride. I guess I just like to know that he can do it.
I don't like to dismissal of him just because he's an Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
That doesn't make sense to me.
And again, if a guy like that falls to you,
every player is different. Every prospect is different. And he, like I said, he is probably the most pro-ready out of a Ohio State quarterback I've seen since I've been alive.
And again, I just don't even think he's going to be there because, like, if any other team is handled that situation, majority of those teams outside of the Cardinals in the top 5 need a quarterback. I just apologize for not being able to name them off the top of my head right now. Texans,
Colts.
The Bears don't need it. Colts. Well, Colts got traded up. Or are they ahead of us? Maybe they're ahead of us.
They're at 4, I think.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that. Yeah. But the other thing I was going to say, too, is the Seahawks. I don't know what's going to get, what the end result is going to be with my man Geno Smith. But he's 30 plus. I can't imagine he's going to be there for too long. If he's going to continue to perform the way he performed last year, you're not going to be in positions to take a quarterback. So I don't understand why they're being dismissed as a possible contender to draft a quarterback too.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Anthony Richardson almost makes sense there because of the history of Russell Wilson. And even Geno. Geno's athletic. But PK's a defensive guy. I get where the premise is going, but just completely dismiss it.
And if they pay Geno, they might pay Geno.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to, if they want to keep him. And everybody says that they want to keep him in Seattle. So we'll see. We'll see what they do.
What do you pay Geno, though?
You'd have to pay him at least, what, $30 million?
Sheesh.
He's a Pro Bowler.
But here's the thing, though. Like, that's like when it's the market's willing to pay him $30 million is when you pay him $30 million. Who else is going to pay him $30 million? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of those teams that need quarterbacks, one, aren't looking for a veteran. Two, don't have the money. Bucks, Saints, no money. Jets, are they going to pay him $30 million? It's fucking steep. I think Geno, I say 28. It's only $2 million off. Maybe less. I don't know. But I'm just not discounting them for.
No way you paying him 30. He might get 28 though. You always do that shit.
I was just fucking around. I'm thinking
100%
in my head right now. I'm trying to count down like the quarterbacks.
No way is he 33 years old. Yeah, so he's 32. Like he literally did that yesterday.
I don't remember when that was, so I can't.
We're talking about Bobby Wagner. Like, he's not 33 years old. Yeah, he's 32. You know, oh shit! Sorry, fuck.
I don't think that's the thing. I think because I cut the clip. And the clip was me just asking how old he was.
Well, you cut out that part.
Yeah, it's 32.
Weird that you cut that part out.
I literally cut the clip. Meaning I listened to it. That wasn't a piece of it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. All right, go to the Woodward Sports YouTube clips channel, whatever the fuck it's called. I didn't say that to you.
Yeah, sure you did.
Not an edited version.
Yeah.
I think that happened with Levante David's conversation though.
Yeah.
You were calling him like 35. I was like, he's not 35. He's 33.
Yeah.
He's 34.
Yeah.
I get that's definitely what happens.
Sign and trade Geno for Lamar Jackson.
Joey 2 times is so embarrassed. He's just gonna keep trying to like come. Bro, your takes are fucking awful. Like, stop trying to like sit there and talk shit. I love you. Stop the shit talk. It's unnecessary. You take the L, Bubba. You fucking drafted a Torrance at pick 18. That's the stupidest fucking shit in the world. This is a top 5 offensive line unit. Shut the fuck up. You wanted to trade Taylor Decker for a 3rd round pick. Shut the fuck up. No, you shut the fuck up. You said Malcolm wasn't going to be shit. Shut the fuck up. I love you, but shut the fuck up. I hate having to look down and read that shit from a stupid person. I love you. You're not stupid. You're just being petty right now, so I'm being petty back. Why are you upset about it, Spinny?
What?
Why are you upset about it?
Because I don't care about you and Joey's pissing match.
Yeah. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights featuring Joey 2 times.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys about Custom Health Centers, because I need to lose some weight, and Custom Health Centers can help me out. Just like they helped out Ryan Ermanni. Ryan Ermanni hooked up with Custom Health Centers. Now he's down upwards of 20 pounds, and you can do the same. All you have to do is call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today and let them help you lose some weight.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm beefing right now. I'm not upset, though.
Stop beefing. Like,
I'm not. My only thing is, like, I disagree, please, but bring something to the table. Don't just, like, say some shit and like I'll use a laughing emoji. Like you're like that's not convincing anybody. Like,
It's trolling.
Yeah, it's trolling.
You're getting trolled and it's working.
It is working. It worked. I trolled back though. That's why it worked. You're right, dude. Drive then, dude. What do you want to talk about?
I don't care. What do you want to do? You want to do the Daniel Jones stuff? Or finally the Calvin and Sue stuff?
Yeah.
It's been there all week.
Like that one can send
I'd like to talk about the Red Wings eventually, but it's alright. I know you don't want to.
It's not that I don't want to.
That game was awesome last night. I actually watched it.
Yeah, I watched the third period.
Game of the year. Every game for the rest of the year is the most important game of the season. It's playoff hockey for the rest of the year. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can talk about who's more important to winning. Calvin Johnson or Dominican Sue.
Bubba, that's you. I told you to talk about whatever, so talk about whatever.
You're driving, bro.
And as a driver, I was like, hey, Spinny, what do you want to talk? You said, it's my show too. And now you don't know what the fuck. I mean, what do you, come on.
Let's talk about Calvin and Sue.
All right.
This is your topic. You put it in there.
All right. Stems to the conversation, we kind of got in the debate that stemmed away from it actually was when we were talking about the top 5 receivers. But nonetheless, Lucas, whose birthday we're celebrating tonight, wanted to draft Marvin Harrison Jr., #1 overall in the draft. Tried to make some and every type of argument to take a receiver and how valuable the receivers are in today's game. I think that whole situation is just a bit overhyped. And maybe this situation I can't really use fully, but Patrick Mahomes this year, who was his #1 receiver?
Juju Smith-Schuster,
maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Hardman, maybe.
Is he in a redraft? Is he going top 10 #1? No, but that's also Patrick Mahomes, who's effing great.
Yes.
I think what's more valid is 2 receivers or receiving core, not just one, because we witnessed just one here in Detroit, and one that you say is a top 3 wide receiver, and it never went anywhere until they drafted Ndamukong Suh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was trying to explain to Lucas that Ndamukong Suh is more valuable than a wide receiver. And it all stemmed actually from Adam. Adam wanted to take Marvin Harrison Jr. top 5.
Yeah.
And that whatever type of debate that turned into. Oh, speaking of Red Wings later, we do have Michael Gentry in the building, beat reporter for the Woodward Sports. But where are you at with that one?
Yeah, I think you look at it and you put it pretty factually that Calvin was here for a while, and yeah, he impacts a lot, and obviously he brings a lot to the table, but when you bring in a guy like Ndamukong Suh that is kind of that monster in the middle, it really impacts winning because, you can go out there. How many times did we see Calvin go for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, a bunch of catches, play great, and then the Lions lose? It's when you have a guy that can rip the head off the quarterback, when you have a guy that can go out there and attack somebody, I think that is something that will never change. I think that is something that can be a staple in the NFL. The NFL is about getting to the quarterback, protecting the quarterback, and when you have a guy that gets to the quarterback in that interior defensive lineman position better than damn near anybody that has ever played in a game outside of an Aaron Donald, it can impact winning greatly. So I think it's very impressive that obviously Calvin, a top 3 receiver of all time. He's the dude. You wouldn't have done it without Calvin either, but Ndamukong Suh, when you bring in a guy like that to really solidify the defense and protect the other quarterback, that's when you started seeing real winning. That's when you started seeing playoff appearances. That's when you started seeing teams being scared to play Detroit because they have to go, protect their quarterback from a guy like Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, and the only way, I held this take back kind of like all season because I just had to see more. But the people who were dick riding the Bills offense, outside of Josh Allen, Diggs, and Dawson,
Yeah.
And I just feel like for the receiver conversation, I know that the Lions took Jameson Williams, and maybe you have to build that core at some point, so you can't be mad when it's taken early. But I feel like you either have to already have one, or I have the intentions of building one. The Bills, let them get a receiver, and maybe Josh Allen can compete because then they'll have that core.
And it's I've talked about it before. Wide receiver is one of the only positions in professional sport that is completely dependent on the success of another position.
Yes.
You can't be a good wide receiver if your quarterback's sitting on his ass all game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need your quarterback to get the ball to you if you're a wide receiver, and to affect the game, you need your quarterback to do that. And a defensive lineman can destroy both of those situations by being great by himself.
Correct.
By getting back there and ripping the quarterback's head off, he can effectively remove a great wide receiver from a game.
Yeah, because, like you said, affecting the quarterback. And then on top of that, too, Dominic Sue, we saw here, point blank period, is helping the edge rushers alongside him.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Jason Jones, Michigan native, and that's one of the reasons I loved him too. But he balled here for a minute, but he was nothing after that, and he wasn't much before. But alongside of Dominic Sue, he looked damn good. And this is why I always have the conversation that the context matters. Yeah, you can give me
uptime matters.
All kinds of now you want to say it.
Uptime.
You can give me all kinds of PFF numbers and statistics, but like if the context is that guy had Dominic Sue alongside that defensive line, then like that's gonna, we got to ease back on his value at the position and what he does as an individual. I'm trying to think of guys an example of that. I mean, I guess the 2014 Lions is all I really need. Although I think Ziggy was still able to eat, he just never stayed healthy.
Yeah, no, Ziggy was solid, but yeah, he could just never stay healthy, and he was 40 years old. So
the one crazy thing about the whole Dominic Sue situation is
yeah,
what
Ziggy Ansah's. You can't tell me that draft picture. They're like, yeah, he's 21. Like, hey, he ain't 21, brother.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. Little Thon Maker situation going on.
Little Thon making.
Thon making, little Thon making.
He's making a little Thon situation in the making.
Little Thon, boy. That was for Lucas. Happy birthday, bud.
Nothing's better than when Thon Maker threw the flying knee at that guy.
Oh, dude, elite.
This is one of my.
You guys are the UFC guys. Break that down.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite moments.
Basketball fights are the worst.
Thon Maker was trying to knee people in the head.
They're fucking awful, dude.
He was going full Horarium Hospital. Lions Rumble said Ziggy was 54. Bro looked pretty old, not gonna lie. His face had seen some shit. like how you look at Jay-Z's face, you're just like, damn, he's seen some shit. That's how when I look at Ziggy, I'm like, damn, bro, he's seen some shit. Bro sauce, he went through some shit.
And this is when I can
that's not the face of a 20-year-old. He's seen kids graduate college.
His son's like the actual 21-year-old in the family.
His son's name's Ezekiel. His name's I don't even know. I don't want to say anything too crazy and get canceled.
I can confirm. You have been saying some wild shit. Yeah. Met him in person at Lions training camp, and I was like, he was 20, and I'm like, oh no, he did look.
He looks like 40.
Yeah,
he looked like a grown man when he first day.
We have our guy Mike Gentry join the show, but not before we go to a real quick break. Speedy, tell us about Guardian Alarm. Let's talk about the Red Wings.
I will, because Guardian Alarm gives you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. With their 24/7 professional monitoring, you can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's proven to work, and people have been proven to care. Call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's. And if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle, baby. Talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy, Eazy. That's my guy, Spin More Rex.
Hello.
He's been throwing a fit because he's been wanting to talk about the Detroit Red Wings all damn day.
Yes.
Reality is, sometimes you guys don't like to talk about the Detroit Red Wings. But they're deserving of talking about this. We got Michael Gentry here to actually have a hockey conversation with you boys.
Yeah. Hey, Mike.
Hi.
How you doing, bud?
Thanks for having me, boys. I'm back.
Good to see you. Trader G back in the building.
Trader G in the building.
How about that win, though?
It was a big win, man.
Huge dub. Obviously, great team. Obviously, Shesterkin didn't play, so you can't be like, oh, they put a 4 on them. You know, they're number 1 goaltenders. But it's still a good win. The defense locked it up. It was very impressive, and I was really happy to see my guy Michael Rasmussen, dude.
That is your guy.
Get his lick back. Yeah. After he got cross-checked, he got him in the corners. I loved it. Big moves, throwing the body around. Everybody, Wallman, you know, scrapping with Lafreniere a little bit. So I love to see that. It was just an impressive win, and obviously every win from here out, or every game from here on out is going to be playoff hockey. You need to keep getting there, because now that they're in, like, you got to stay in first of all. But my goalposts have moved. It's not make the playoffs anymore. It's get the 7th seed, because I don't want to play Boston. So I don't. Boston's a fucking juggernaut. Like, I don't want to see Boston in the first round. So hopefully they can get that bump up, and then maybe they're playing Tampa or whoever ends up with that.
I think anyone but Boston is a win in that situation, because Boston, as you've seen yesterday, they made a trade with the Capitals. They just got stronger on their blue line. So Boston is definitely one team you do not want to see in the playoffs. And as far as the win goes from yesterday, yes, it's huge. And just like you said, every win means more now, or every game means more. And you face Tampa this week. You go Ottawa back-to-back on Monday and Tuesday. So you still have big games coming up. You just got to take it game by game. But in the press conference yesterday, Kopp spoke about it. He said the team's finally finding the recipe to win, no matter if that's, you know, playing physical, doing that, but they're winning games now. So whatever they got to do, just stick to it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we see it. I saw it in the chat. Where was it? Kopp with a goal and 2 assists was excellent.
Yep.
You've got those guys stepping up. It's not just Larkin carrying this team. It's not just that first line carrying this team. Obviously, Raymond's been out. Hopefully, he's going to be back for Tampa. But you see the Pius Suter stepping up, getting 5 goals in 4 games. You see Zadina getting a goal after not being in the lineup the game before that. That is how you win multiple games in the NFL or NHL. That's how you go on a stretch like that. It's not just the first line. You need the depth, and that second line of, you know, Perron, Nemesnikov, it's just been, I don't know. I'm just so excited right now. But that second line has been so effective when they're out there.
Kopp, Rasmussen,
Rasmussen, I don't know why I call him.
Yeah, no, and like you said, you're very high on Rasmussen, and Coach Lalonde said a couple weeks ago, it's tough with Moose in like this situation. It doesn't happen too often. Every player wants to play with him. Yeah. Everyone wants him on his line. Everything he brings every night, that energy is just uncomparable. So a player like Moose is definitely huge, and when you try and make a push like this for the playoffs, and he's going to be huge moving forward. So
yeah, I pulled a Nemesnikov hockey card in the back. That's right.
Yeah, I did hear you guys did that. I'm sad I missed out.
Yeah,
I
you hear what Lynch got?
What?
You hear what Lynch got?
No. Oh yeah, the Anthony Richardson.
Yeah,
that's actually wild. Whenever day we do that, I'm gonna make sure I'm here next, because that's sweet.
And then he had what was the jersey one?
You got a game worn jersey Bam Adebayo card.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was before they started recording.
Dude's
too.
striking gold. But it's just, I don't know. I'm really excited.
But yeah, the Red Wings are in an interesting position too, because you got Raymond that's going to play this weekend, hopefully, and then they got to free up a roster spot. So I don't know how they're going to do that. Obviously, you got Zadina playing well, Berggren. You have to make one spot. Do they trade someone? Do they send someone down? Who knows?
You think it's going to be Verano?
It could be. That would be like the most likely answer, I would think, because like Yzerman's showcasing him a little bit, getting him some games in at the level. Because when you sit a guy like Berggren and you sit Zadina before that, both those guys have been playing very well. So that was definitely a tough decision, and this is going to be even a tougher decision because Verano, although he might not be, he's played 2 games back, it's going to take him a while to get back into his groove or whatever, get back at to the NHL level, even though he's such a great goal scorer and player. So they really do have a lot of interesting decisions coming up.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to make some moves, and obviously the trade deadline's a week from today. So they're going to have to make them fast. And then we all, the contract situations going on with Larkin and Bertuzzi. I expect Larkin to definitely be signed. He's definitely going to get signed. But Bertuzzi, I don't know.
I know. I hope so. Bertuzzi is one of my favorite players on the team, and I really hope he does stay and we can bring him back. But obviously, this is Steve Yzerman's team, not mine. So whatever he decides, he decides. But I do think Bert is a pivotal player for this team. You can see Larkin strives playing with him, and obviously you want to keep the money in a reasonable range, but I think for what Bert brings to this team, I think it would be worth it no matter what.
Yeah, when he's healthy, he plays full season, he's proven that he can be a 30-goal guy. And he's not just that. He does bring a little bit of an edge. He brings a little bit of that ratness that you need a guy like that.
He's like an agitator, man.
Yeah, he's like a poor man's Marchand. He'll go out, he's not going to score you 50 goals and be a total asshole, but he'll score you 30 and be a little bit of an asshole. And everybody in the locker room loves him. So I think it's really important to re-sign him, because you brought up last week the production bump of Larkin when Bertuzzi's in the lineup and when they're playing together. It's not something that you can teach, is that kind of chemistry.
Nope, 100%. And if you think about it, they haven't really gotten the full chemistry down. You've seen last year Lucas Raymond, Bertuzzi, and Larkin, how good they can be together, and this year we've kind of fell short of that because of injuries and whatnot. So they really haven't gotten a stretch of games where they can mesh and bring out that chemistry. So I think that's something you can look forward to as they push towards the playoffs, is those two finally getting back together and getting some games under the belt, and they could be really dangerous.
Yeah. What do you think the game plan is going to be going into Tampa?
You definitely got to be physical, because Tampa's going to bring that. This is sort of like a rivalry game now with Lalonde coming.
We kind of had Tampa's number this year.
Yeah, so hopefully they can keep that. And obviously you're not going to score an ass ton of goals. You got Vasilevsky; he's so good. But you just want to don't get behind early, and then you want to keep the lead if you have one, and you want to be physical with this team.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're being physical last night. I love when they're throwing their weight around like that.
I've been saying it all year. LCA has felt like a playoff atmosphere, and yesterday legitimately felt like a playoff game.
Cider was taking people off their skates. Obviously, Big Ras put that dude down in the corner. You
gotta love it.
We already talked about Wally scrapping with Lafreniere a little bit, but
there was a little bit of bad blood from last year. If you do remember, Kreider. That was who Mo Sider laid out. I think it was the first or second whistle. They were already going at it. I don't know if that was in a commercial break for you guys, but they were already going at it. So, you love to see it. When you're a guy like Sider, even though you're so skilled, I love to see him be aggressive, be an agitator. He can lay his body everywhere. So I love to see that out of him.
Yeah, I'm just happy we got playoff hockey back.
Yeah, man.
Like we talked about, every game for the rest of the year is going to be a playoff game. You need to win you need every point you can. Because there's such a clusterfuck at the bottom of the division right there.
Yeah, there's so many good teams, too. Yeah. May have be underperforming as of now, but those are teams that, like Florida, that can stretch together a good stretch of games.
So. Florida can. The Pens can always turn it on. When Ovechkin gets back, the Capitals are going to go after it. So... yeah, you gotta take advantage of it now with them having a bad streak and just get as far out in front as you can. But
yes, sir.
I'm excited. Chop and Puck tonight, huh?
Yes, Chop and Puck. Right after this, we'll be live tomorrow, Saturday, 1 p.m.
Are we allowed to ask who the guest is, or was that a surprise?
That's a surprise.
Okay.
It's confidential information.
D-Mac said it 4 times on BDE.
What?
I said D-Mac said it 4 times on BDE.
I was just fucking with Eazy.
Who is it?
It's Josh Reel, the director from the Russian 5 documentary. Wow. We're going to be going through a lot of the stuff that he went through. Yeah, he's
that was the guy
who's back there right now. Yeah, him and D-Mac are doing some shit. So, What's up?
One more question. You sat just above Stevie Y last night. Can you feel the intensity just even all the way up in the second level?
Stevie's one of a kind. You can definitely feel his intensity gravitate towards you. He's one of a kind for sure.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It wasn't like sitting above Matthews that one day though.
Yeah.
You could see people snapping pictures all around. They see him,
Yeah, were you like in the back?
Yeah, you should have. What's up, boys?
Let's come to Detroit, please. Please come to Detroit. But that'll
I like this Jake Wallman kid. Is he worth investing into?
Hell yeah. If I can't pull up the exact stat sheet, but I did see it was Brian Fisher or whatever. He posted on his Twitter that Jake Wallman and Sider, since they've been paired together, have been the best defensive pair in the league.
Yeah, so that
like
they have
all stats across the board. It's number one.
I fucking said that earlier. You didn't react, you bitch.
Yeah.
I wasn't even listening.
Just got to hear from a source. You can't hear from Spencer to believe it to get the wild factor.
The finest sitting in that chair.
That's true.
We're gonna have to bring you guys to a game soon. We'll talk with DMAC after this, and we'll get the heavyweights in.
Yeah, we want to do a meetup. We are talking about with the chat turning up.
Let's do it.
They got the best per 60 minutes goals allowed as a pair in the NHL. So
I hate advanced analytics like in NFL more than anything else. Are they a little bit more valid in hockey? No, hockey's kind of random too. Advanced analytics in hockey.
I would say they're more valid than like the NFL because like those stupid PFF like random bullshit I don't think they really mean anything, but like I think hockey's more of a sport where you can break down those stats, especially when it comes to like defensemen and whatnot. It kind of like gives you a more in-depth view of that. So I would say yes more than football. Yeah.
I was wondering just because there's a lot of random shit that happens there too.
Yeah. But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you joining us, Sir Michael Gentry, and we appreciate all of you for tuning in, liking, and subscribing. For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Easy, Chris Platty in the TD booth, JD Smooth on the ones and twos, Mike Gentry in the Mavs chair. I'm Spencer Baxter. We appreciate you all tapping in, and we'll see you tomorrow or Monday. It's Friday. We'll see you Monday.
Monday.
Damn.